What's up, y'all? So, this migrant crisis in the United States of America is getting out of control. You have migrants sleeping in the Chicago police stations, and you also have New York turning away 20,000 migrant kids. Y'all, this migrant crisis is about to implode America. So, let's get into it. So what's up, y'all? As you know it, I know a lot of y'all have been hearing about this migrant crisis, and it's mainly been affecting the major cities in America. You have New York, you have Chicago, and you have LA, and also Texas as well. So those have a lot of the major cities in the United States and some of the biggest cities in the United States. Um, so yeah, it's just getting to the point to where it's getting out of control. Taxpayers are spending their dollars on housing these migrants. We're spending millions and billions for them to get housed in hotels, and more of them are coming. And as you know, this mainly all started when Title 42 got abolished on May 11th this year. And if you're not familiar with Title 42, we can just give you a little review. But Title 42 is a COVID-19 public health restriction affecting migrants at the US Mexico border. It expired on May 11, 2023, when a public health emergency for COVID 19 was lifted. This development alters 3 years of U.S. immigration policy, introducing both new opportunities and new risks. And as we can see, I don't know exactly how many months. I say that's like 4 months ago. May it's like 4 months ago, and we're already seeing the outcome of this, right? We're already suffering from it because um it's not only hitting American communities, but it's affecting Black communities as well. So it's affecting everybody because we can't even get basic housing for the homeless. Um, they say they can't do anything tangible for Black people when we bring up reparations. It's no money to be found, but when it comes to migrants, hey, we got all the money in the world for them. When it comes to Ukraine, hey, we have all the money in the world for them. So we're spend, these U.S. cities are spending billions and millions of dollars on these migrants, right? I heard some of them are even getting monthly checks. They have housing. They're getting housed in these hotels, and also some of them are committing crimes as well. And the thing about this is, when they commit these crimes, people don't know who they are. They don't have no identity here in the United States. So all we can do is just let them free. And I heard of one that actually, raped and murdered a 11-year-old girl. So we don't know exactly who we are letting over these borders. Um, we don't know who these people are. There's no way we can actually punish them. So I mean, it's crazy. But I'm about to show y'all a few things, right? So let me show y'all a few things. So give me 1 second, y'all. Give me 1 second. Oh, sometimes I hate these websites. It's the one I want to show. Y'all bear with me.
Harris, good afternoon. Well, at a town hall yesterday, New York City Mayor Eric Adams said the city's migrant crisis is a national crisis, and he once again criticized the Biden administration for not providing any support. But at multiple events yesterday, Mayor Adams ultimately said he blamed.
So at this moment in time, the Biden administration is not really doing anything about this. We just opened the border to all these migrants. No set plan of action to what we're actually going to do. And hey, it's just a free for all.
Republican Texas Governor Greg Abbott and former President Trump for the crisis.
We turned this city around in 20 months. And then what happened? Started with a madman down in Texas, decided he wanted to bus people up to New York City. Trump Republicans created this mess. And we need to fix this mess with real immigration reform.
More than 110,000 illegal immigrants have arrived in New York City since April of last year. But according to Governor Abbott, about
110,100 migrants have arrived in New York City. And that's just New York City. So
or just
ain't no telling how many are together. And I think 13,300 was bus from Texas. So to me, this is orchestrated, man. They are orchestrating all this to create chaos. Because why would you do this? Why would you send all these migrants right up north to cold cities like Chicago, New York, LA, where the cost of living is just extreme. And a lot of these cities already have a homeless crisis, right? And they know it gets cold in the winter. So when it gets cold in the winter in these cities, especially Chicago, New York, right? It gets cold in the winter in these cities, and these migrants have no shelter. They don't have any income coming in. They don't have anywhere to go. What do you think is going to happen? Crime, crime, crime. Crime is going to go through the roof. Because first of all, a lot of them are not used to these cold temperatures. They're more used to warm weather. And then on top of that, they ain't gonna have no shelter, no income coming in, no food. Oh yeah, this is a disaster waiting to happen. And then on top of that, you have the blacks taxpayer, right? The blacks taxpayers, and you're dropping them in the black people neighborhoods that they pay taxes for. They're not going to take that lightly. They're already protesting. They're already angry about it. They're already frustrated because they're not getting anything, right? They're not getting anything tangible. Their schools are shutting down. Um, they have to work 2 or 3 jobs just to survive and make a living. Inflation is through the roof. The housing market is insane. Just to rent a place is insane. I've seen in California somewhere where tiny houses were $100,000. So they're trying to price everyone out. So you have the actual taxpayer citizens, and you have citizens that's homeless, and then you have these migrants too. That's a disaster just waiting to happen. And I'm telling you, this is going to implode America from the inside out if this does not get under control.
By his administration up to New York City. Republicans like former New York Congressman Lee Zeldin responded to Adams' attacks, posting on X, quote, "No one is more guilty for the looming destruction of New York City than Biden." He noted how the administration's policy decisions like stopping the construction of the border wall are to blame. Look, it's not just New York
Look at
City.
that.
Chicago is running out of space
Outside
to house
living in
thousands of
tents.
migrants, too. Nearly 200 are being moved into a hostel in the
This is
Greektown
Chicago.
neighborhood
This
there,
ain't even New
leaving
York.
residents asking questions with no clear answers at a meeting last
Thousands
night.
of them.
I mean, the number of people who want to come here is infinite. How do you manage this influx?
What happens when we start seeing them fill up the streets and all the businesses on that neighborhood are suffering?
Back here in New York City, it is the first day of school. Thousands of migrants will be put in those schools. It is a burden on this school system, Harris, which is already dealing with the fact that 51% of students are not able to read at grade level. Harris?
Well, and there's more to it than that. I do want to get into that if you can just stay with me for just a moment. There's something I want the audience to see, and we'll roll that now.
Parents are concerned. They want children to follow the same rules as others. Migrant children are being given a 30-day grace period to get crucial vaccinations: measles, mumps, rubella, polio, chickenpox, smallpox. And that's not a privilege that their other children get. They want everyone to follow the same rules so they know that on day one, everyone is safe.
The Department of Education handed out a brief memo instructing administrators on.
First day of school sees 21,000 migrant kids. Like, first of all, how are you going to deal with all them kids in the classrooms? And a lot of them don't even speak English. Like, that is chaos waiting to happen. A lot of them don't even speak English.
How to deal with the influx, essentially telling teachers it's now their responsibility to find teachers to communicate with those language issues that you mentioned, Brian, and they are on their own when it comes to getting supplies. The New York Post cover with this headline, "Kicked in the Ed." Obviously,
New York schools are about to be overwhelmed with migrant.
Making
Here's
fun
the
of
city's
the
message to
mayor's
teachers and
response to
your
all of
parents.
this.
You're on your
And
own.
the New York
The city said you're on your own. We can't do nothing about it.
was giving report to some of those immunization troubles. Just want to find out what you know with regard to those immunizations. You already talked about the kids in school, but this is a deeper situation. Many of them have only gotten about half of what they need, if any at all.
Yeah, it's a good point on the immunizations, and I honestly will have to get back to you.
Now, So for the migrants that came here, right? If you want your kid to go to school, they're going to try to require you to get that to get the poke, the jab. So yeah, y'all better be wary of that.
You on the details of this school system yesterday, and he said ultimately, look, we've got this under control when it comes to the school system. And we've already had 18,000 in the system. We can handle this. He also said ultimately at what cost? And really, the reality he says is going to cost $12 billion over the next 3 years. And you had residents at that town hall last night who were concerned about the quality of life, not only about the shelters that are opening up in their neighborhoods, but what about their kids? And when I asked the mayor a couple weeks, we will never say Harris.
So you know, at this point, America is nothing but a big melting pot, right? The United States citizens, they're getting frustrated because they are actual taxpayers, and
A Florida restaurant owner is sick of customers dining and dashing.
it is going to get to the point to where people are just fed up with it, man. I'm telling y'all, it's going to get to the point to where people are just fed up with it. Because at this point, it just seems like America is just trolling. It just seems like our government is just trolling. It just seems like they just purposely just trying to piss us off. And I have a few ideas to what they're going to do with these migrants, right? We have this World War III about to kick off, right? America is pretty much beefing with the whole world. Um, Nobody likes us at this point. Everybody is talking about dropping the US dollar. So what they're going to do is use these migrants as basically our new military, right? They're going to use them for a number of things. Our military, they're going to use them for cheap labor because they are already allowing them to actually get jobs in police force and stuff like that. So they're going to use this as a way of like, hey, instead of us paying a salary for 80,000, we can pay this migrant here the bare minimum to be a police officer. And it's going to be many more general labor jobs like factory work, working at plants, farm work. And they're going to use these migrants as cheap labor. So military and cheap labor. And not only that, they're using these migrants to destroy America from the inside out as well. They trying to extract all the resources from our country, which we already don't have any to begin with. We can't take care of the homeless. We can't pay reparations that's owed to black people. We could, but they giving all this money to the migrants, right? They act like they can't do anything tangible for us. Every time we ask, hey, we don't have no money, but hey, migrant to Ukraine. Hey, here you go. Here go another 7 billion. Here go another 100 million. Oh, you need that too? You know what? Here go another 2 billion right here. Oops. I accidentally sent another 5 billion. My bad. Y'all gotta see it for what it is, man. At this point, they just trolling us. They is genuinely trolling us. They do not care. Take a look at this. This is a police station.
Of lice and bed bugs inside. Signs that the city's efforts are not working.
If I'm in trouble or I feel I'm in danger, I got to risk getting a bed bug or getting mumps or measles to talk to an officer to save my life.
The city moved some migrants to relieve the crowding at the near West Side 12th District. Families woke up and packed their things inside the police station and outside at a tented community to get on a bus bound for an undisclosed secure shelter.
We've been together for the last probably like the last month or so, and the things that we've gone through, we're sharing meals together. We go to the beach together. We walk together. We laugh together. We dance. We're friends.
Asylum seekers have been.
So man, they just straight out sleeping in a police department. So that's basically like you going to work, right? And you had to step over people just to get to the printer. You got to step over people just to get to the bathroom. Like that's crazy. That is crazy. And like I said, man, um, in the previous video I did, right, to where the NYPD was using drones to monitor backyard barbecues. I'm like, man, y'all have bigger issues to worry about. Instead of trying to monitor backyard barbecues, y'all need to be worried about y'all this migrant crisis that's happening. Y'all need to be worried about that. Y'all need to be trying to get that under control. Because y'all most definitely don't. Because guess what? More and more migrants are coming, and they said they prioritizing migrants with families, and they're gonna kick the ones that was previously living in those hotels out and replace the ones with families. And those hotels had already been trashed and destroyed. On the inside, a lot of damage. And then you have these migrants, some some of them committing crimes. So it's just out of control. It is out of control. So NYPD, New York City, get y'all priorities straight, man. It's bigger fish to fry. Y'all need to worry about getting that under control. And like the mayor of New York said, I don't agree with a lot of what he do say, but he said this migrant issue is not a NYC problem, it's a United States problem, and it really is, because it's extracting resources from the American people. And listen, this is only 4 months in from Title 42 ending. So what you gonna think it's gonna be like in another 6 months, in another year? I'm telling y'all, it is going to be haywire. I mean, listen, it's just like everything is happening all at once. And I'm seeing America imploding. I feel like America is to that breaking point. I feel like it's in implode. It's gonna implode. Like, and it's not even just this migrant issue. This is just a part of what's going on. It's multiple things that's just coming all at once. So yeah, it's crazy, man. And at this point, all we can do is just get prepared for it. I really don't see things getting any better at this point. I'm not trying to sound hopeless, but I'm just being a realist here. I'm calling everything for what it is because I don't see them closing the borders anytime soon. They're gonna keep letting this happen. Joe Biden them they don't care, bro. They letting this happen. United States of America is a corporation. It's a corporation. So, hey, this is not no democracy. This is why they is trolling us, man. They just everything we want done, they are doing the exact opposite. And it's crazy. So we just gonna have to come to that realization. But yeah, it's more content coming soon. Y'all stay tuned. Um, y'all have a great night and stay blessed. Peace.